Welcome to the People's Colloquy, a podcast that aims to pierce through the fog around us with the high beam of good conversation. My name is Anthony, aka Scare.
The Scare.
He's back.
And today we've got Ntato.
Yeah, Ntato Nongauza, aka Killer Crew.
Killer Crew. So
that's more.
That's what the team came up with yesterday.
No, there's more.
That's what I need to know. So Killer Crew.
Was it Royce? I don't do with soloists.
Yeah, the people need to know all these AKAs.
People must know who you are, Jack.
All these AKAs.
Let's go.
Oh, okay. Yeah. My name Ntato Nongauza, aka Killer Crew, aka Jack Makita, aka Royal Storm, aka Makamangwe.
Yes.
Shilling.
Nah, I'm Shilling. I don't fuck with. Nah.
Hi guys, we're back. It's Tabo Makanye, aka Bravo. That's all that I have.
No.
Frank. Hate that name.
Where can I stop up? Hey, yo, people, what's up? You know, support Pete Totally. Find me on the socials. Yeah.
So, last year, I came across something online. The BRCSA website, which is the Broadcasting Research Commission of South Africa.
That's long.
And they had an establishment survey which basically outlines what's going on in the broadcasting world, gives those stats for what people, who are making marketing, promotions and all this kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's the stats that they use in order to actually develop which radio stations they're going to be messing with, how much they're going to be spending, how big the market is and so on and so forth. So the interesting thing on this stat, it was the survey covering July 2018 up until January 2019. And the stat there is that the average household income in the country sits at just under 12,000.
We are broke.
Wait.
It's risen.
The average household income.
Average household income,
That's
12
that's
grand.
like
The whole
family.
Umdeni.
12 grand.
In the X amount of million households in the country, that is
12,000 rand.
12,000. Now that's the average.
That is insane.
And 64% of the households have to deal with less than 10,000 rand a month to get by.
Wait, 64%.
Wait, I don't understand, dog.
64% of the whole.
64%.
The whole country.
The whole country. According to the survey, 64% is under 10 grand.
I'm depressed.
And the average is 12 grand, and only 5% are earning more than 40k. 5% of
5%.
So wait, can I just be off topic, Ngani?
Wow.
Then how are we surviving?
Exactly.
we not, brother.
Yeah, it's that inequality, Joe. Like,
Capitalism, guys, which I'm sure that we hear about.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to be discussing. Capitalism and all that, which one is actually going to work for the country?
For South Africa, our
which
context,
system, Given how bad things are now, what do we need to do to build that up and make sure that we increase the average household income to, I would say, something nowadays, maybe 25 grand
per household.
Per household is reasonable.
Ooh.
But listen,
But we're far away from that target.
But even let 25,000 rand.
These guys are chowing cash, dog. Like, the 350s are gone, dog, and you're out here trying to holler at 25 grand. Yeah.
How do we get there?
Wait. Okay, so today we're going to discuss whether capitalism
Is a viable solution
for us.
Yeah.
That's easy. This end the show today.
We're not We are not debating anything.
I don't debating anything, but let's say if the question is capitalism a viable solution for the issues in our country? The answer is no. Show's over. Let's go home.
Finish.
All right, I'm done.
No.
we need some context, dog.
Yeah,
we need to back it up. Yeah.
So why do you say no, my guy?
Because of this, you just said a stat right now in the beginning of the show about how unequal it is in this country.
So why is
that
it for
all
us?
due to capitalism.
But then what would be good for us?
A viable.
What would be
like,
viable?
Wait, I know, before I give my answer, because you know me, guys, there's someone else far
Okay, there was the whole notion of socialism being adapted. Not sure how successful that would be in our context, but Yeah, man. I think right now it's a mixture of capitalism and socialism.
Yeah, mixed market.
Mixed market. But
But
there's
where we are now,
contradictions, though.
What are the chances? Is that even possible?
Of
Can we go
adapting
back, or can
socialism,
we go
Kaufel?
for the- Yeah, sure.
Yo, nah, dog. I don't think so.
You gotta have the monies.
Yeah.
Those socialists though.
That's what I'm saying.
Socialism ain't cheap.
Yeah.
And it's very expensive because
Why is it expensive?
it bleeds the country, dog. The resources, state resources and everything. Because
you have to.
all that money has to flow to everyone.
But guys, right now, the system is currently in play. Most of us aren't getting benefits anyway. So if we're saying that socialism
We shouldn't be scared of
requires
change.
money, but then at the end it's gonna benefit everybody, then let's just do that thing instead of now relying on what we have right now, where Gafana, people are still struggling. We still don't have anything.
Okay, I'll check the models. The countries that have modeled socialism. Unani Cuba,
China,
is communist China.
I think Germany to
Laos. I know. She should stop. Laos.
And if it's a successful mara, also let's consider the fact or even European countries.
Most of them are socialists.
Norway, Norway, and they're very successful.
But the Eastern European countries, most of them, and the Nordic countries.
Look,
They
part of the problem that
Scandinavian
Germany is having right now between the eastern part of Germany and the western part of Germany is that the people in the eastern part are used to a socialist dynamic and a socialist way of operating, and they are more reliant and asking more from the government than people who are from the west. So there is definitely a mix in Europe around what's going on regarding, are we socialist or are we totally capitalist? What's the story?
But then if we bring it here at home, I understand that, right? Tato said he's physical socialism, you said you're physical capitalism.
I just said yeah. Hold on. I'm coming.
What's your piece? What's your piece, man?
My piece in fact to go okay one, like Bahodia said, and I think like every South African capitalism is bad for us. Because or maybe the way it's being practiced in South Africa is bad. Because it only I don't think South Africa is 1%, I think it's 0.5%.
Yeah, Maranje, capitalism now right.
It is
worldwide,
it is,
everywhere.
It is. But then, like I said, like we need something around like our economic system. Which will benefit around.
Sure.
So,
right.
for instance, you spoke about socialism and this capitalism, and then we like Germany in the eastern part and the western part. How does Germany get to balance it? Can't we try something along those lines?
That's the whole mixed market.
Yeah, the mixed market economy. But our mixed market economy is a man.
Guys, apparently, apparently in this country we are a mixed market economy.
Yes. On paper.
In this country.
On paper.
On paper.
Yeah.
But in practice, guys.
We don't know what. Honestly,
there's nothing happening here.
ain't no capitalism.
Capitalism is raw, guys. It's brutal. So obviously, it dominates by far, Joe. Like for the mere fact our exploitation,
capitalism puts a value on you.
Yes.
As a person. So it will bear price tag. Like for instance, you working at
labor power.
Yeah, maybe Spanako Baholi Inc. Baholi Inc. You earning 10 rand. So capitalism is giving you that value. You're worth 10 rand. But then that's why your capitalism is messed up. And then you go to Anthony Inc. to go do the same job, but Anthony Inc. says, no, we'll pay you $15.
Yeah.
Why are they paying you more? How fucked up this? How messed up this thing is? Capitalism. It puts a value on you. Like it tells you are.
Are you consistent? Yeah, alright. The exploitation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Capitalism is based on that.
Whoever's gonna get the bigger deal, na auto winner. Understand? So if Utovaya, maybe value how by is 10,000. Mutomung is gonna hustle you, dog. Uto yetlisa are 8,000 labor power.
So you end up on the 12,000 rand.
Maraleona socialism in any jive. Socialism, I never go fella. Responded into the different retro 10,000. Jive.
No, guys. See. That's where the issue comes in again for me. I'm now gonna say where I stand.
Tell us.
Man, here's where I stand on this, my friends. Anarchism.
Anarchy.
Not the anarchy.
But Holly, we are not trying to ban anything.
Wait, chill. Let me
No, look, I'm intrigued. Tell us more.
Anarchism, guys.
Break it down.
No state's involvement in anything. This state right now, let's agree on something here. The state we're in right now, our state right now,
As key.
is not doing anything for us, right?
Wait, can I distract you just or no state involvement?
Dangerous.
That's
the tea party.
My man. Exactly. Think about it. Capitalism, I span it.
Yeah, sure.
Socialism, Mzansi, I span. Because Amachita, they are what? Chaving the man.
They charge 350 rand.
So
now-
listen what I'm saying to you here now. We can't rely on this government to implement socialism, guys.
Okay.
They're supposed to be a socialist government, right? Yeah, but they're not doing it properly. It's fading.
No.
They can't do it. No. They can't
Okay,
do it.
Baholi,
So-
listen, you're right about that,
Out.
my man. The thing is, they're not implementing it proper.
Yeah.
It's not Tory socialism, Yona, as it is, yape.
I'm trying to.
I agree with you on that.
Why talk?
Look, if you're an anarchist, you're fundamentally a socialist, which is what I am. Fundamentally, I'm a socialist.
Yeah.
But guys, what I'm saying is that the socialist system. Sometimes someone said earlier on, we gotta be specific to our country. In our country, guys, let's not think about utopia, Germany. If we can't rely on our government,
But if you realize,
to implement
at the moment,
socialist programs, they're not going to be able to. They're gonna fail.
But if you realize, like,
They are
So
failing.
hold on, buddy. So if we kick them out, which is what I want to do,
No
so the
government.
anarchist-
Okay, who's the regulating authority?
Exactly, I
that
was gonna
is
come.
We are the people. Are you?
We the people.
We the people.
this? But to be reckless, Joe.
That's a capitalist thing again. If we the people are together in Spumbani and we're doing our Pan-Africanism, again it comes back to that, and we're together and we govern ourselves.
But we're far off, brother. At the moment, we're far off.
No, we're meant to believe we're far off. It's not that difficult, guys. Let me put it to you this way. In your own house, as Munawala, in your own house, in the Mzansi.
Yeah.
How do you run your household? You don't run your household as a capitalist organization?
It's a dictatorship, dog.
No.
Fucking dictatorship.
Not necessarily, my guys.
The niggas are raw, shit. Listen,
We grew up in
like,
dictatorial houses. Like our parents were
You know what?
Yeah.
Our parents were dictators.
Maybe
Period.
I'm coming from
Our parents were
patriarchy, ditwada. Bahol. Patriarchy. What you on?
Again, if I'm finished speaking, sorry, I'm not speaking. But I'm not going. It was really socialist.
Liberal.
Bro, it was liberal the whole, bro. It was liberal, bro. Everyone had a chance to speak, a chance to voice their opinions. We took the chance together. My dad never decided things I want.
Okay, fair enough.
Kafuling, dinner table, bro.
Why
So you had input?
Why
No.
Yako African context,
Yeah,
that
that's
whole
right.
Lukhutla.
Yes.
Why
That's why.
ideology,
That's why.
Lukhutla, diploma.
As a people, we are the best people.
So we
most
need-
people
so we need to have-
implement anything that is to do with socialism.
We're the ones who would do
We
it
are the ones who
anyway.
do it best. Ubuntu best will do this thing best, guys.
Mara Ubuntu absale yo fit.
Exactly, that's what I was
Good day. You're being made to believe, Abu. Guys, we don't need the state. The state doesn't do anything for us.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, sure. Wait,
State.
and like just something Lori King Kile Murarin Korea. Sure, fair. Status communities, right? But then we're talking capitalism, socialism, whatever that we talk.
Anarchism.
Like now the wicked none of those things are gonna work for us. We need to develop something our own. At the I am not sure about that one.
Guys, it doesn't mean that now it's lawlessness.
No,
and
no.
We're living in Mad Max time, saying about
Here's the
killing
thing.
each other. No. We still have basic laws and rules to follow. But now people who enforce those
So, but
laws-
then you see that's a government.
Wait,
So
no.
The people who are
It's not the government, it's the people. It's the people.
so the people who govern.
There are basic tenets, right?
Yeah.
That we all believe in. There's basic morals. You know, you don't steal, don't kill, don't murder, don't do all these things.
But we far off now.
Freedom chat.
We all know those things. That doesn't create in you. That's besides race, besides background. You all know inherently what is wrong, what is
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
You know what's wrong, what's right.
Yeah,
now,
sure, you do.
If we decide, the four of us, fine. Let's put it this way: the four of us now, we are the people of the country. 4 of us into the country. If Anthony steals and Sato's apple, Sato told us, "Hey guys,
We cut his end.
no, bro, not necessarily cut his head, but maybe."
Trouble Joe,
if-
it's
if
the
you decide-
problem no to tilaka problem moral capacity about.
Exactly.
You understand?
Moral capacity will be guided by the group.
Okay.
Guys, you understand? It's a criminalism in South Africa.
Exactly, Joe. That's why I like apprehensive.
We have the corner office.
Like apprehensive
criminals.
criminal.
Crime
Joe.
because you are
And then
evil.
yeah, sure.
That brings me actually to where I stand
Yeah.
in relation to this whole dichotomy. Now, for me,
What did you say, Daiwan?
Dichotomy.
I'm going to learn.
now, in my view, right, personally, I feel like we shouldn't throw away the baby with the bathwater. And in South Africa, we haven't really had a chance to see whether or not the mixed market system will actually be something that can work.
Fair.
I mean, if you look at an area like Soweto, we don't know what they can achieve. We don't know what kind of businesses they can come up with. We don't know how they might be able to support themselves if they've got the tools to be able to begin creating things for themselves. You know, if you go in Soweto, you drive for 5 minutes, there's a basketball court. Another 5 minutes there's a tennis court. Another 5 minutes there's a swimming pool. We don't know what a Soweto like
Jake.
that looks like. Yeah. We don't know what it would.
We haven't tried it. We haven't tried anything.
If the place is being run properly, if people don't have to wake up early in the morning and be concerned that they're going to get mugged on the way to work, the moment that you've got money, the first thing you want to do is bounce.
Yeah.
We don't know
That's
what happens.
That's why because
We don't know what happens if in Soweto we give them the schools, we give them the proper education, we give them the proper healthcare that they need. We've got a safe community. We don't know what it looks like.
I wanna
And we don't know what might happen.
Put your Lily State institution, Joe.
So I would say we first need to figure out, okay, fine, we've got an issue of corruption in this country.
A huge one, dog.
It's a big problem. We can't judge
Plague.
We can't judge
Pandemic.
the mixed market scenario with all of the problems and dislocations that come in as a result of
Imagine a socialist
corruption.
South Africa with this corruption.
With this corruption, it would be even worse.
It'll be worse.
It would be even worse.
It'll be worse.
You know. So for me, look, we need to first figure out. We need to first figure out, is what we're doing actually viable or not for real? Before we go throwing it out, because throwing it out and going towards anarchy and all the other various systems, that also requires some changes and dislocations that we might not be prepared for as a country, you know, because when we're talking about socialism and communism and all the rest, the line that is drawn is the way in which power is achieved. Do you win power by going to an election and getting a socialist government, or do you win power by having the people rise up and take power?
You know what's my issue with the economic systems and bringing them to South Africa? That's why I can give that question. My issue is none of the economic systems are working for Africa. None of them.
Yeah, because
that's what I'm saying.
all of them are corrupted.
Anthony, listen, right? So, like in a keep working, we need to develop actually our own economic system. I'm gonna bite a bit, not everything on we need to build our own in order to span it out. Because none of those systems are working for us. Because one, when the systems were done, there was never consideration of how Africa be like. Exactly, there was never. Socialism, capitalism, communism, you can talk about it, you can praise it, you can do whatever. There was never thought of Africa.
No, look, it's all kind of Adam Smiths and all kind of Engels.
Engels.
There's no
Hegel.
That's what I'm saying. We need to develop our own. That's why I agree with them, but I agree with them, Pasha.
Tigotash.
100%.
Horengavar, alright, Mara, it's not hore. Dintote adi. Hari khutlele mrao ba fethu. Understand, these things were not documented, but dida kutsho rona bongamla hane bar khawat ba wipile everything wayithola. So maybe le rona tshwantse re trace back the steps tsa rona fethu. Let's give ourselves
So we need
that
to know.
time.
We need to know who we are. That's what I'm
Let's
saying.
invest. Understand.
Like the thing is, Tatopra, time is the one thing, guys, we do not have.
And that's what I was getting to
Don't have
next.
any
actually.
time,
Like,
guys.
the thing is, the more let me just get here right. We don't have time, but these things need to change, and they're gonna need time, but we don't have it.
No.
So then, what do we do? What sacrifices need to be done?
And that's the reason why. That's the reason why I say, look, continue on with this mixed market economy, which has got elements of socialism, elements of capitalism mixed in, trying to achieve, but minus this whole business of people, stealing the last PPE money. Like what the hell is that? How
that shit is embedded in the system, guys. Like corruption is embedded more capitalism. That's the thing.
And corruption is a capitalism because because of corruption. Because if they steal money, so that means Babula space on the private school will be buy.
Oh right, it's out. Because the idea
if the child mind is supposed to be fixing clinics and hospitals, that means Babula space for Hubeli, the private hospital buy.
And alright, because my man, whichever way you look at it, that is a capitalism. It drives the division, inequality, poverty. So our nerve function.
So that's South Africa, we have a mixed market.
Number one, what we have to do, redile kayona capitalism, if I never rekeep or jump, because as long as we let them, there's gonna be mass inequality, mass poverty, and it's only gonna get worse, dog. I understand. So how to confront that idea first, number one. Understand? At least kaufela re-establish maybe level playing field. And then from there maybe we can move here. Mara capitalism it drive
Anthony, how work out this mixed market that we have? Like our mixed market is beautiful on paper, internet. But mixed market balance. It's more capitalism dominant. Because if you look at the government,
And if ever, it is.
It is. In fact, look at the private sector, the power that the private sector has.
Exactly.
The power that the private sector has.
That's a
Like, wait,
70%
the whole
white,
NHS situation, the one who work keep on my stop under it.
And Oscar Lebala.
And that's critical
It's about
because
private sector.
Yeah.
if Tabo, we can look at the
It's
stats,
about private sector.
Shevavie.
only 10% of black people have got medical aids.
I want to ratings.
So the moment that we're talking about NHS, that's pure benefit for a huge number of people.
Yes, black people.
And then no.
Who's blocking it?
Our people.
And the ratings, Oscar Lebala. Okay.
I hear you guys. They just said now, capitalism, what is bad and stuff must be taken away. And in this country, what are we doing? We're doing mixed economy, right? But
It's fresh. The mixed economy is shit.
Is
Ours is
I
shit.
disagree with you. In the sense, most of our people in this country are on some sort of social welfare. Most of them. I don't know what the stat is.
Yeah, but sorry. Can I say something? Socialism or whatever, South Africa, it only got dependencies.
But that's what your government is saying socialism is.
It's only got
So,
about
what I'm saying is that so then the capitalists who are winning.
Don't mention that thing, please. Please, must never be
There's no
mentioned.
minority. The majority of this country is not thriving under capitalism
Yeah.
or living under capitalism.
A huge percentage.
The majority of this country is living under this government's so-called
Survivor ka di grant.
Exactly. So now, when you guys say that capitalism is dominating, and I disagree with you, it's not capitalism.
Wait till you dominate a young fit. Look at the policy system of South Africa.
Mara,
Everything
yes,
in
Neoliberalism.
favor. Everything in favor of the private sector.
Mara, yeah, alright, because in fact everything was Kalibala Hore. Everything in a capitalist society is determined by economy.
Yes.
I didn't say it puts the economy number one,
Yes.
and then the economy will determine everything from political state institutions. Di rana jwang in
That's why you have lobbyists.
yeah. So number one, but holy still capitalism. I understand. Economic on a foundation. I understand.
And what's our economy? What's our foundation here?
Economy
Everything back.
is driven by
Government spending.
No.
Government spending.
No, listen. Okay, yeah. Akere mara government is ama who shall redress. Eh?
Okay.
It shall redress. You know, whether or not it's working, that's debatable.
Yeah.
You understand?
No, it's
Mara,
not.
yeah, but that's debatable.
Not the
Guys,
But
guys,
Akere
guys.
still-
Oh, yes. I'm getting confused again. Like what's up? Little, I'm confused. Guys, wait. But hold, like I'm sticking to my point. Capitalism is going to dominate the market. That's why our country is so messed up.
That is.
And that's why our politicians are corrupt. You understand?
All right. So,
Like,
let me ask you this question, right? I'll paint a picture for you a little bit first before I get to the question. In Sweden, the way that it works is that if you work for a business and let me finish, my guy. In Sweden, if you work for a business, you can get 3 months off paid to go and do your own business, separate from what it is that you're doing. So long as the business that you're going to try and create, it does not compete with the one where you're working at, you can get 3 months to go and work on that project. And whether it comes to life and you're able to come back and work, or whether you decide to leave, either way, you've got a cushion that says, I've got 3 months, I can try and do this thing. If it doesn't work out, I can come back. Now, in a society like that, naturally, it also goes to show that if they've got the labor side of it to make sure that people can get opportunities of the time needed to try and do something new, then financing is going to be there. Then affordable skilled workers who can come in and supplement what you're doing are also going to be there. The market is going to be there, people have got money. So the government is literally making sure that if you want to start a business, you've got everything you need to go for it, and you've got a pillow to put your head on if it doesn't work out.
Can I just
now,
say this?
Here in this country, the risk profile as a person who's working and deciding to go and do a business is completely different. You basically have to see if you can do the business on the extra time on the side of your original job. They're not going to give you any 3 months off. It's going to be very hard to get capital. You're probably going to have to use your own or find the money that you're going to use to do it.
And
so if South Africa is a mixed market economy, it's a capitalist leaning economy, then where are the programs? Can we not implement programs that will make it possible to spur real entrepreneurship and not basically people going out, I've lost my job, I need to now sell
Diteng Anthony problem ke batho ba tshwereng power diteng di NYDA
the people who are running these things
sheba no go NYDA ho etsala matlakala mfethu batho ba ba leng da ha o ka ba check kaofela hona ni affiliation ya or time allow ke mang wa di bona dintonyana tse so o tsi wa nyungu da.
That's what I'm saying. I understand you, and like I like comparing, but I think problem ya rona mo South Africa getting out to compare too much, and comparing too much is the same thing as taking something off a book and then nakana hore ito baya. Remember the whole thing with us is this, right? We have this problem. I guess maybe we identify it, right? Another problem is how are we getting out of it?
12,000 rand. 12,000 rand per household.
Okay.
12,000 is too little, Joe.
It is. Because I think, and you know what, that's why I said, capitalism is also to corruption on its own. Because here's the thing, right? If someone is living on 12,000 rand a household, do you realize, you're pushing this person to debt?
Big time.
And then who benefits when people get into debt? Because now, everything. I mean, that's money. Who's going to benefit? It's the system. That's what I'm saying. Our mixed economy, it's capitalism dominant.
And a little thing Rakawata King if you
living on that money, you
as much as Tabone or very context about trouble we're not an island, dog. That's the other thing. Bongamla Baba and say Riding it connect here affect bona re nkile di nyugo tsa di IMF di zwa la ka di conditions tsa bona wa ithola wa ibona
so about we something
we were set up for
you don't know what happened to it something I don't know where it is I don't know where it is
you keep you when you go so
something has to go wrong so that's what I'm saying capitalism it pushes corruption
the house always wins
and corruption corruption it the countries who end up having debts. Because here's the thing, if we were able to rent 500 billion or whatever, so that means we had the funds. But look, we had to fuck it up and chow that money so that we can go and borrow money.
Ka interest.
We had the 500 billion and we ended up months in.
And how can check with the king, maybe how a reason taba or maybe Congo law same fit to also.
Don't say
Congo loss. ANC. Aki Congo loss. Obvious. Is are checking tripartite alliance. And anti contradiction is on.
It is.
Trade union. Yeah, like COSATU, King Lee Communist Party, Lee that is Yona ANC itself. Ili revolutionary movement. Don't the contradiction di payada. And I know Makoman the communist thing.
Na SCP forget about it.
No, but that's the point that we're going.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. That's why whatever alliance. That alliance.
But you see,
you see, that alliance is based on votes. It's not based on anything. It's based on because here's the thing. It doesn't make sense to ruling party align COSATU. Why Labour align le ruling party? But what Spanela Mkava, Belongore, Spanela le obviously the public worker, which is ANC, right? Cool. If the men say Baba Nali Kiki won't fit, but some of the complaint of COSATU. The problem say
complaints.
The complaint. COSATU represent a young party.
How is
it going to? That's why the country is so messed up.
It's impossible, and that's why when people say, we need to do audits, we need to make sure that there's no conflict of interest, and then we get the huge amount of backlash from the powers that be around trying to fix the issues. Now that brings us to another question mark, which is that the individual parties, the other parties within the country, are not stepping up to
opposition
the table.
parties.
Opposition parties.
Why aren't you guys agreeing with me? Because everything you say.
No, we don't want to take it that way.
No, we must finish.
Every single thing Kevin is saying here.
Bahoni, Joe. If your car has a tire puncture, if your car has a tire puncture, do you abandon it on the side of the road?
No.
No, you fix it first.
How? No.
With the tire from the back.
You know why?
You try and fix it first, you get going to where you need to be. You don't just dump it and say, this car, it only finished me here, I'm going to walk the rest of the way. No.
But yes, the car is fundamentally flawed. If you fix that puncture, the carburetor will pick up. If the carburetor, the lights will stop working. Fundamentally flawed. The car is not going to work. So leave that car.
But here's the thing, Joe.
The bicycle is
where I'm coming from is that we can afford to, okay, fine, the carburetor's messed up, let's buy a new carburetor.
No, we can't.
No, let me finish.
You know what you're doing. Wait. What's the thing that
Let me finish.
That's what he's doing.
No, look, right. At a certain point, if let's say January, let's say if in January you have a problem with your radiator, and then February you've got a problem with your carburetor, and then March you've got a problem with your starter pack. Now, at that point, come March, if you're not saying maybe I must buy another car, then I perfectly agree. You're not judging things properly. When you've had January, February, March issues, it's probably better for you to replace that car, right? But now we haven't even tried to fix the thing.
Yeah, true.
And we haven't even tried. Oh, we're still sitting there like, okay, this car's broken down.
That's very true.
It is. And then,
what the fuck?
And then the purpose of this is, okay, how are we fixing it then? You know what I mean? That's the purpose you're taking.
Look,
it's not a
the first thing that I would like to say is that if we are to fix it through the system of capitalism, we have to have a true understanding of what it is that capitalism is and where it comes from.
Okay, guys.
Which is that capitalism is a cold-hearted system. It's cold.
So then that's why.
So we have to be equally cold in order to survive.
Capitalism is cold. House in the means of production. I understand.
But look, even the people who are in charge of the means of production, they'll make decisions based on profitability that they wouldn't make if it was a moral question.
Okay, I get you.
But the capitalism doesn't have time for your morals.
Doesn't have time for the morals.
Time for your morals here.
That's what I'm saying. If we're gonna go with capitalism, and capitalism is the chase to the bottom. It's a chase to the bottom. Then we need to also be equally cutthroat as South Africans and say, if it's a chase to the bottom, then we need to chase Zimbabwe to the bottom, we need to chase Botswana to the bottom, all these other countries that exist that we're competing with in the various markets that we're engaging in. Then we need to also go to the bottom on that.
I can never agree that.
Guys,
it goes against my fundamental values.
There we go.
And guys, how are we fixing this? Wait. Okay, now how are we?
So do we need to be more?
How is this? Okay, how is it? How can it be fixed? One, in our case, like I said, let's try and be like 80% our case, 20%.
Context ya South Africa.
Yes. Because this is
And
the issue that we have.
this is the issue
that we have
like,
as South Africans.
Let's confront the truth as well. Understand? And often at times, especially in our context, the truth is very uncomfortable.
It is.
Understand?
It is.
Because it
People
means
don't
that you have to call out certain people, and it will cause a division because some people might not necessarily agree or like what they hear from us.
But we don't
understand. But we all know, number one, the dynamics.
Yeah.
It's a numbers game.
Yeah.
Understand? And the people in charge, Baba touring the resource, Baba touring power, economic power, Kibonga. That's all right. And they're not willing to meet us halfway, dog. Understand? So I want our child already. Taki who account for percentage
we are still debating like it's so bad. We're still debating the land issue.
Because it hasn't been confronted. Let's say
it's because the ruling party, I'm just gonna say, because of the ANC and the leadership of
Congo laws,
they don't want to make decisions. Those guys are not leaders, period. We ever call them leaders? What? These guys don't want to make decisions. And the current president that we have now, that guy can't make decisions.
I believe.
No, look, he's compromised.
Yeah, he's compromised.
But then, key in if it like in Tato the means the policymakers, they're supposed to be making those decisions, so that we can get.
They sold out. That's the big problem. They're looking after themselves, and they're looking after the people who they're agreeing about
kickbacks.
I agree 100%. Our shit is broken.
Yes.
We need to fix it. What I'm saying is let's not blow this thing up.
Burn it all down.
Let's not blow this thing up until we know for sure, Uguti. Look, is it possible for Soweto to be a place where they manufacture high-end audio equipment? is it possible for another area to be a place where they manufacture critical services? Is it possible for another part of the country to be where the people who are in touch with technology and writing apps, a Silicon Valley, we see similar situations in China where they created a special economic zone where you can go and do your thing. You know,
Because honestly, Joe.
now, what are we? Where are we on that road? We haven't tried that road.
So that's why real Anthony, we are Norway. That's why
We are Norway, which means
So
that
now,
what? We have
it's
to
like-
confront before we go and say, look, let's get communism in and a whole bunch of people who we don't know, we don't trust, we don't have any feeling for whether or not they're going to come with something genuine.
Because guys, Anthony, like the truth is also, like Taki is disenfranchised. Understand? So that's the biggest issue, my man. Let's deal with that. Understand? Even if we try to do things like Boma business-wise, it's always on the outskirts, dog. It's
Yeah,
always on the fringes.
absolutely.
You understand? It's like we're scrapping, like
That's why
we're
we end up
fighting
doing.
for
That's
scraps.
why we end up
So,
doing the same
you
business.
know,
My
why
thinking-
can't we
my
be on
thinking
the
That's why
is
we
same
end up.
that-
That's why we end up. That's why we
You
end up doing the
understand?
same business. We wanna do t-shirts. We wanna do jeans.
You can,
Yeah,
you
same
can,
shit,
Like
you
we
can
do
become.
study. We so bad. Things are so bad that black people in South Africa, the kind of business. Okay, majority of black people, the kind of business that they're starting, is not businesses that are going to build like an everlasting legacy. They-
You're not that and say, why can't we
They
have a
can choose
Silicon
it.
Valley?
You're not-
Yes,
you-
exactly.
You are not.
Beyond
You are not
par,
going to be.
Those-
You are not going
thing
to.
is-
Let me tell you. You are not going to influence policy. If you are selling t-shirts, I don't care if you can sell a billion t-shirts. You're not
Yeah.
going to. Because there ain't how it's on you.
And then
It's a business.
and
here.
the table.
They
Okay,
can
I'll
price
check
it.
it.
What we need now, we need people who are going to influence policy. So
We
that
need
things can change.
entrepreneurs.
Yes, we need people who are going to influence policy.
And rona rena ni di numbers botaki
Yeah.
mara still arena die influence
Exactly.
but to baba influence
Mangamla letting you one Africa around.
kiba umpetse ba keepile
It's
di
a
1
big
billion
group
fast ka di ano kena di level 5
Yeah.
wabo ungamla bar
You wanna buy into
rona we couldn't
It's
do
a bet
that
that
shit,
you're going
dog.
to play one way or the other. Either
You
financially.
guys,
Can see though
again, come to this. You guys say we. Come on, we.
kitaki
No. Again, I can't what I'm saying. We as Itaki, we his states, we ANC. They are the
Kongolosa
ones in charge of all these things.
Yeah,
they're, the
those
ones,
ones.
they're the ones also.
That's what I'm saying. They're not leaders. They're not leaders. They're not.
Hence,
They're
why
not
I
leaders.
repeat once again.
Anarchy.
Anarchy.
wait
guys.
charge
I'm
of
agreeing with this guy. I'm
Kongolosa
sorry.
no wait
I'm real. Where's my matches? If you bring in agency into
It's
it,
not
and then
me.
if you can
You're not
take
in
it,
charge.
if you take it for the past 10 years, right? Decisions that the ANC have made, chief, no.
It's not for the people.
That's true. And the
It's-
problem,
it's like-
wait, the
okay.
problem King V, but arrogance now
Exactly.
to understand. And
They mess up
the
and then
hardest
they
thing,
arrogant about it.
the hardest thing, dog, for Motoling Taki. Couldn't know Gary it's a favor for win political freedom. My told that it says if they
And we
voted as a
voted.
favor. Understand?
Now that's an interesting idea that you come up with. Now, if we look at the freedom that we have, we've got political freedom. What we need is financial freedom.
Economic.
Now, what's going on in the US and China right now? They're not going well because China is now about to overtake them as being the biggest economy in the world, right? Meaning that before you even start a conflict with another country, there's first the economical aspect.
Yeah, true.
So, Tina, we won the political aspect in '94, but then the economic aspect,
And it's proven to be
it wasn't even
What
touched.
we
It
got
was-
in
they just said, okay, fine, that's it.
It proved
And now the
to be
thing is that the most important thing, the thing that people are fighting over, is the economic part.
But then, my man,
I get about body city the pause and fetch. Body city possible. But to ban the battle faga freestyle. Lebo enfet Christiani. Baba trishit kibona ne babona horeba fetch. That is politics.
So what we need
political. Mara rona ubata nyungu. We have to assume that is economic position here in this whole hierarchy.
Then that's why
Baba trish.
that's why I'm saying this, right? I think that's why most African political parties are biased. So one, ANC clearly is proving that doesn't care about anyone. Doesn't care. They only care about
Except their
themselves
cousins
and their
and their families.
themselves, right? And then number two, DA. DA has proven
Lost in
time
the
and time. It only cares about the driver's capitalist system of South Africa. Understand? That's why now I don't even think
but
DA na the ambitions to run a country.
They true to themselves.
Babatla stick up over, right? Sharp. So the vote divided, and economically figure years right? Leone to sabonetsa voting.
Ska ba tsaba, ka re wena o tsaba EFF.
No,
Nka re wa ba tsaba. Ba patisa no.
No. But one EFF. I think until probably I can alone EFF. I hear what they say, right? Supposed to be easy. I'm a easy guy. Probably I'm going to go home for it. I'm so about a chance of governor or like the municipality. I don't know why when they went by the coalition is really DA. Why didn't they govern some of the municipalities so that we can see what is it that they're capable of? Because now it's all talk. Clear, like now EFF is all talk. And the PSC is a mess.
PSC something is sponsor by repeal.
So you understand the votes divided there.
And if you're waiting about it, and now it's Jeff Tabo right because Mzansi Hunani revolt Olivier King tribal bases, you understand? Bo Mazulu avotela in Abona, Hunani bo General Olomisa UTM. Why tolerate is a Rikichai?
It's fine. But you know that right now. Now you guys have because I was right. You guys are free to agree with me. You've not run
you can
away.
never be right, but
You've now run away.
My matchbox is
these are the dynamics.
Okay, you've now run away from the matter which we're discussing here. We're not discussing about political parties. We are saying is capitalism or socialism the vehicle which we use to power ourselves?
I can we discussing
and I said neither of them are viable. The place is anarchy. Now, let's not bring on the bush. Let's conclude. You want to go first? Who's that?
So you're still with anarchy?
Yeah, he's not gonna change.
I want to speak last. I'm ready to speak last. I'm going to tell you last what I was doing. Please, Anthony, conclude, my friend.
Well, my conclusion is just that I'm still standing where I was before. We have not shown that the mixed market economy cannot work. Our problem is the political system. And it will be a mistake to destroy the current economy that we have, as bad as it is, without having a fully fledged replacement, and that is a political solution.
Okay.
You know, so our solution has to come via politics. Unfortunately, we won't be able to save enough as Amachita to create our own version of capitalism for the hood. So in the end, we are still relying on government to stop doing the wrong things and try to do what is actually going to help the people.
Okay. So
And if you, just to add on Anthony, because I agree with him to a larger extent, if we go that route, ne, harzaming we, I think I return into the right, and the riska voter, loyalty voter coward. You understand? Riska tuwa lo tuwa. I mean, dinako dia change, a little not change. You understand? We're not that decide who vote la mang or otlo etsang dintho tse right, and if you within the voting structure se sa rona tshwantse go change dintho tse ding mfeto hore how we check no like king no re votela party or how vote mo South Africa votela man do we vote for the president or the party votela party so maybe dintho tse ding ke bona dintone ke mang musina zama ho change hore re votele le individual or I don't know maybe are changing dintho tse jwa. It's just that the problem now Mzansi Taki what's haba and Taki also fitting but Bachala, understand? So power, understand? How Scott to Kaili EFF chance maybe but one or by or whoever to get some
mine is anything but ANC. No. Everything not ANC. I don't want anything to do with it. True. And then two ownership people we need to develop it, but like you had said, it means of professionally we need to find a way. Because now we'll go and complain maybe school or some or civil racist. Let's open our fucking schools, man.
Exactly.
We need to stop that shit. Allah doesn't care about us. And it's proven time after time.
Consistent, man.
Classism is also a problem here in this country, dog.
So then that's why I can ownership in faith. Like the men say about so
it's mixed economy, it's socialism, it's socialism. Okay.
Ownership. No, I said I don't want to touch these things that way you rule.
So what is it then?
I want us to own ourselves. Yes, I want us to own ourselves.
So where are you standing to? Conclude, my friend.
I want us. That's my conclusion. I want us to own ourselves. We need to find a way to own ourselves.
That's socialism. Now.
No, fuck.
In conclusion, my friends, the people.
Hello.
A guy called Daniel Turing said this: anarchism is really a synonym for socialism.
Yeah.
the anarchist is primarily a socialist whose aim is about the exploitation of man. Is to destroy the exploitation of man by man. Anarchism is only one of the streams of socialism, and its main components are concern for liberty and hate to abolish the state. That is my conclusion. The only solution is to abolish the state. It's not working. Thank you.
So, like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for listening to the.
And then he doesn't want to open the Instagram account. I don't know.
If you poke around our site there, you'll see all of our social links.
Yeah.
Come and join in the conversation. And if you like what we have to say, let us know so that the algorithm knows.
Yeah.
And if you have something to say in return, please feel free to comment. We can't wait to engage with you guys.
Mac Pansola on Instagram, Tech Pansola Tech. Tech Pansola on Twitter, Tabo Makanye on Facebook. People's Colloquy on Facebook, TPC. Alles is reg.
Yeah, man. Let's make this ours, Joe. This platform is for everyone. So, Machita, Bosister, Kaufela, if you've got a nice joint where you feel hore, we can come through and chill. Retalka airtime rezwagale retloplooma. If linani merchandise independent elbatang hore push he. This is the platform, but let's make it our own. Uska ploma da or esandintona tse di renga mawaza eng. Wena contributor channel.
Alright, yes, on that note, shout out to my guy for the Distillery Road Gin.
It's very
Destin.
nice.
It's dope.
Destin in the south. Esan. We need his socials and all of that, but we'll get them up for you, yeah, man.
Don't be scared to
So basically, this is also independent shit that at least airtime. You can do the same shit, come merchandise, whatever, guys, come through.
Yeah, so shout out to first of all Sage and Peppo.
Oh yeah.
The video is out, guys. Everyone check out the video.
Shout out to Steps, yeah, Baby Steps.
Shout out to Baby Steps for the productions. You know me, beat.holy on the socials. Till next time. Peace.
Salute.
Let me show my face.
Yeah, words.